Charms might seem like the most complicated thing out of everything from the Armory update, but today I want to talk about them, specifically the rare patterns that come with them, why they're worth more, which ones are worth more, and how to determine how rare they actually are, and I guess which price you should pay, even though that's pretty volatile right now.
This video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. If you've been looking to trade out your old boring skins for new ones, SkinsMonkey is the place. By clicking the link in the description, you'll get a 35% deposit bonus when depositing with cash and crypto, and up to a free $5 bonus on your first trade. So be sure to click that link. SkinsMonkey also has the freebies tab where they run 24/7 giveaways that are completely free to join with crazy skins. And if you're looking to actually get your hands on some good skins, SkinsMonkey is the quickest way to do it. So be sure to get that free $5 and 35% deposit bonus now, trading your CSGO skins with that link at the top of the description.
So when it comes to these charms, unlike normal CS skins where you've got around 1,000 different pattern IDs for each skin, with these charms you have 100,000 different pattern IDs, and they're pretty much just a gradient. As Tea with Milk and Sugar covers here, we'll go over a few of his posts. He also covers the exact prices of what they're selling at currently. Market price for just, well, let me start like this. 0 to 10k, you're going to start with this gold. It's going to turn into an orange and then to a pink, purple, and then blue. All of these change, the gradient changes, the higher paint seed you get. So 0 to 10k is gold. And between that, you're getting all of these different colors until you finally reach blue towards the paint index seeds at 100k. So the only patterns that really get overpaid for this die hard AK, or die cast AK, I think it's called rather, is 0 to 23k and then 90 to 100k. So it's about 1/3 of them. I guess it would be 33,000 of them out of the 100,000 of them get overpay. And of course, there is some better ones with the golds, with I guess we could call them the rubies and the sapphires. So another thing to note is that the market price currently for these things is about $15 on buff, so that's $15 cash value, which is about the same as a pass cost for this current thing. So this diecast AK is pretty expensive. I would say relative to its rarity, since it is only a purple, since it has some really nice patterns, it's kind of turned out to be one of the most expensive ones. Now, is this thing technically worth $150 for a really good looking gold pattern, or $175 for a red one, or $60 for a blue? There's no real saying at this point. Nobody could really judge what this thing's going to be worth long term, but for only about a 3% chance of getting this red one, I mean a 10% chance of getting a gold one, even though there is a whole gradient in here, there is better gold looking ones in between these 0 to 10k patterns. They don't all look exactly the same with the blues, same with everything, and I would say they seem like some of the most sought after items right now. Pricing them is literally just dependent on, how many exist out there and how much demand there is for them. And currently on buff, there's a lot of demand, but as I've said with everything here, there is going to be a lot more supply coming in, since unlike previous operations where people would spend a lot of money on stars in the first few days, this is based on how much you play the game. People consistently play the game, consistently earn stars, can buy more passes, so I think supply is going to be really, really high. And I also think that means prices are going to come down. Now, the only way I could see these getting really, really expensive is if Valve decides to remove all of these things from the item shop. And we don't know when that's going to be except for the Deagle. We know all of these are going to get cycled out eventually. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be longer. Valve likes to take their time. So personally, I would not take the risk right now. But whenever Valve tells us that they're going to be cycling out this shop, and they will tell us ahead of time, they won't randomly drop it on us, I would say that would potentially be the time to stock up on these. And if you could get really good patterns at cheap prices, I would say get them and hold on to them. But you might be holding for a very long time, since once again, that's a risk you take, since we don't know how long all of these are going to be in the game for. Of course, the diecast AK is not the only one with different pattern IDs. All of them have different pattern IDs. For example, this purple semi-precious charm, it actually had 5 8s as the pattern template, so it's pretty cool. Sold for 141 bucks. So there is some very expensive ones. There was a green one of the semi-precious that sold for $285. So it is pretty crazy. I don't want to flat out say, oh, that's too expensive, oh, that's too cheap. We don't really know. Some of the old patches from Operation Riptide were selling for like $700. Let me check it. Yeah, the Bayonet Frog selling for $760. So don't just flat out say, oh, that's too expensive, I don't want to pay for it. There are some crazy people in this game and some crazy collectors, and they will pay some crazy prices. So personally, I would just say hold on. Don't buy right now, because nothing really has a set price, and it may never, because of so many different pattern templates and stuff like that. But If you see something for like 30, 40 bucks, I would say it could definitely become profitable whenever we see these removed from the game. And just as I show you guys the different variants between some keychains, this was done by a guy named Arthur on YouTube. Pretty much everything just changes color, at least to some degree. I will say, I do think the charms are probably going to be the most profitable thing when these get removed. More profitable than stickers, more profitable than the collections and the case. I think the charms are going to have the best investment potential because of how, I wouldn't say limited they are. Well, I guess they are kind of limited since there really isn't that many rare patterns. It's a purple. Maybe you've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting a rare one. Do I think it's worth $300 right now? Not really. But if they drop down to like 40 bucks or who knows, we'll just see what they consistently sell at. I would say long term, whenever they get removed, they're probably going to go up in price because I don't think Valve is going to release anything super similar to these charms again. I think they're going to have whole different charm collections and they aren't going to look anything close to it. So I would say keep your eye out on these. I think they are definitely something to look at. I know a lot of people just absolutely hated them at the beginning and were like, oh, these aren't going to be worth anything. But I do think there is a huge market for them, to be completely honest with you guys. And if we get another item shop, maybe there isn't charms in it and maybe they're replaced with agents or something, then these would blow up in price. As we saw agents blow up in price when we realized we didn't get agents this time around. So it's just something to consider. But as always, thanks to Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. These charms are going kind of crazy right now. So be sure to check them out. Free $5 bonus on your first trade. Link at the top of the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.